Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We are here getting ready to build some lineups and get stuck into game week 405. I realised I was wearing the same jumper that's in the intro, and I thought, hey, let's just stick the hat on for good measure, just for a bit of effect. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining us, guys. We're here, we're live, we're loud, we're ready to rock and roll. And yeah, don't forget to check out the deadline stream tomorrow here on the channel at 1 o'clock as we get the latest and greatest of breaking news and predicted 11s, strategy and all that good stuff as we get into the deadline. Tonight for the stream today, I'm just going to be getting stuck in to sorting out what's the best route to go for me, FC Barcelona, and where will I be picking my teams, what players do I have available, and you know, where am I thinking about actually attacking some lineups. As always, guys, with fist bumps dropped out to everyone joining us live. Feel free to get involved with the chat for this game week and let me know what you're up to. If you've been planning for this period of time, has it taken you by surprise? Let me know how you're approaching it. We've got some double game weeks, and you know, coming up to this international game week in particular, it's been a case of you need to keep going back to the well and keep revisiting your teams, because there's been more and more games added on Sorare data and on Sorare itself as time has went on. So you might have looked at your teams on Tuesday or something, but I promise you, if you look at them today, you might have some a few more options. So I'll be having a wee look at who I actually have available, and like I've been doing so far this season, I've already got my kind of idea of what my teams will look like on Sorare itself. And on the stream, I'm going to jump into Sorare Data Lineup Builder and just see, you know, is there a trick we're missing, and you know, whatever else it might be. I do have some fun, my opinion, fun decisions to make in terms of where I play my teams, because I don't have that many options, and beyond like the top, you know, there's a few easy decisions, but then after that there's a few, we could do this, we could do that, and you know, where is the differential opportunity and where can we maybe sneak a wee podium, you know. So that's what we'll be looking at as well. I'll try and throw some polls up into the live chat as well when we'll be getting stuck into all that good stuff. We did a new Road to Glory episode a couple of days ago now, and I think we're giving away something pretty special on that. I don't want to misquote myself, but the giveaway for it is pretty good. And the next Road to Glory will be coming out shortly. And we had the reveal. I should be getting a little card video out soon as well, because the 3D cards that we've had revealed, like, I just don't think there's... yeah, I'm so excited about it. I kind of want to give my kind of expectations on it or whatever before we get them out in the next like week or two. Next week, I think is what we're expecting. Mid-September, I suppose. It's kind of what we expect. Yeah, about that kind of time. So, yeah. Fist bumps to everyone that's joining us live. Thanks very much. And yeah, I see Mike Shirts and MU Player Clips, Ian Sorare joining Kahuna Gaming in nice and early, along with Alexander Helgren. Good to see you, my man. And Packus Murphy, fist bump. Hi, how would you rank the limited competitions this week? Which ones are the best, Alexander? Now, I'm not actually playing limited myself. Let me see what I've got this page set up as. Let me get my camera sorted. There we go. And then let's just move this back to where it should be. Boom. Okay, cool. So I've not looked at the limited game week for this one, to be quite honest with you. So let's have a quick gander. I'm going to assume there's no regions open really, is there? So it's going to be under 23. I think if you got an under 23 team, you could be quite hopeful there if you had a good bunch of guys ready to go. 270. It's quite punchy up in there. So is 240. Feels like a lot of the crowd just went 240 safe. Just get the points in if you can get them, and then other options are secondary. I think All-Star looks appealing, and I think some people will be taking the opportunity on this All-Star International weekend. Can they get an OP international score to help their overall leaderboard credentials, perhaps, for the rest of the month, even if you were unsatisfied with, the way the first game week had went over the weekend? Maybe over this international break you can get like a second bite at the cherry and maybe get a good score that normally you wouldn't have expected, kind of thing. Reese Davis, well, the fist bumps, my man, good to see you. Elias, is $450 enough to make a rare cap 240 team? If not, how much is? That's a good question. I think I'll tackle that because that's a kind of fun one. Now, what the real question is, right? So defenders and midfielders, you can pick up lots of ranges of quality and age and availability and potential and whatever within that budget to build a couple of depth options, and some guys that might be imperfect, but still workable. The real thing to discover at this moment in time to answer that is the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper, if you're going to build a rare team for 240 in particular, you're going to need a keeper that plays. And let me see, what is a good kind of benchmark of a goalkeeper? I was looking at Joe Hart's, but I don't think Joe Hart would be the cheapest kind of guy available in terms of using a kind of poster child, as it were, for a budget option that is not that wildly priced. I do like the price of Pandur here, but he would beat your whole budget, so that kind of illustrates the point. Ryman here, who's a D2 goalkeeper, it's interesting to see how well he's priced at £366. Let's have a look at Hart. I think Liam Kelly's just picked up an injury, so his price is quite cheap at the moment. Maybe need to check on the injury severity, and maybe, yeah, he's been going a little bit cheaper recently on auction, so maybe have a look out for that. But Liam Kelly, I've seen, was going very cheap, and again, you need to check the severity of the injury. Pretty sure he's withdrawn from the Scotland squad as a result of it, but again, that might not be much, and he's about 300 quid, so I think the budget you've got there, like, it's hard because a striker is going to be about half of this, at least, like a decent one that will be workable. So I think what your budget is there is probably your striker and your goalkeeper, and then from there it's what quality and how many numbers of like running decent enough defenders could you go and pick up. Like, I want a Shane Duffy this week, just to give an example of someone that might be a somewhat household name. And at 31 years of age, nailed to play Championship and apparently nailed to play for Ireland, he's £37. You know what I mean? So there's guys like this all over the platform. He's just moved to Norwich and they've just started their season. But as you can see in the Premier League for Brighton and for Ireland, he's been okay as well. But, when he's played, he's been good. And it would be reasonable to expect that this is the kind of performance you're going to get from him. As an example, there's guys like this all over the place. You can find somebody at that price, I'm sure, that's maybe a bit more certain to perform well. But, so that's the best answer I can give you, Elias. The goal is just to get the 250 threshold. Yeah, well, you'll still need a forward that can... Now, don't get me wrong, like, you could probably get who's a really cheap forward? I maybe just picked one up. I've been picking up some forwards recently. I've been picking up some really cheap forwards, but they've got a bit of a speculation around them. Like Haksabanovic, will he play for Stoke? Maxi Gomez has just went to La Liga. I'm kind of hoping he gets like 10 goals a season. And if he does, £37, I'm buzzing with that. If I had anyone else, it would be a decent example of this. Like a cheap forward that's maybe a cap mode guy. Maybe Pellegrini, but Pellegrini's out the team now. But yeah, they can get guys like this, particularly MLS guys, actually. I wonder what the price of MLS goalkeepers kind of looks like at the moment. Let's have a think. Who's relatively safe and cheap normally? How much is a Fry? Fry is really cheap. Is he still playing? Has he been dropped at the moment? He's still playing. He's just old. He's a club legend. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. If you'll definitely get the rest of this season out of him. Cleveland, who is the other goalkeeper. So again, when you're getting this cheap, you kind of need to buy two just to be double safe. But there's no urgency on that. You can kind of take your time, build them at your leisure, as it were. I think I'm going to make sure I've got window capture sorted as well for this because where is Sorare data? There we go. Let's see. Right, let me go and try and get. Nope, that's the wrong button. Not that either. Lineup builder. Boom. Sorted. And then I think we just hit hide on this and bada bing, bada boom. It's like we know what we're doing over here. Right, okay, so we're on lineup builder. Before I show you the teams I've built, let's have a look at it in the academy setting. And you can see basically everything I've got available, which is kind of fun. Now, the goalkeepers is a good one. Now, Bosnia have got a double game week. They're playing Liechtenstein and then someone else that's like halfway decent. Everyone thinks Sehic is nailed to play, and actually Kahuna asked me to build his lineups for him. We're not doing members today, so I've just kind of done it before we came on, and he has a Sehic. We'll talk about that probably after the game week in the member section or whatever, because I'm just trying to get lineups and such built for tonight. Guzan, yeah, Guzan. I would not buy Guzan. Please don't buy Guzan. Please don't buy Guzan. Please don't buy Guzan. Don't buy Guzan. Somebody like him, but just not him. Hi, Quinny. Hope you're well. Ripshot, it's good to see you. Fist bump. I asked on Twitter for a video on how to do the sort of treasure hunt and transfer cards to your own wallet. Is this video coming soon? Yeah, I'll hopefully get that done with the 3D thing as well. We kind of wrap that up together because it's in the one thing. So, yeah, a couple of days or something like that. Maybe a day or two. So you get that recorded and, yeah, whatnots. But, yeah, thanks very much, Ripshots, for the request and looking forward to getting that done. But Vasilj has been number 2 and has played like dead rubber games, you know, end of qualifying cycles, a friendly here or there. He's been in great form for St. Pauli. Sehic has moved to Saudi. It's a double-headed game week. This game against Liechtenstein, wouldn't be surprised, personally, if Vasilj did get a nod. No reason to think that's possible, but I will gladly put him into a team this game week and, you know, just to cover the possibility he does feature. Skorupski's not in the Poland team, does nothing. Trubin is pretty much nailed to play, but I wouldn't say it is 98%. There is that wee bit of, maybe they go with the older guy, but I don't think they will. And obviously Skorupski, away to San Marino. Beautiful. In defence, we've got a good mixture of rares and super rares here, but again, not too sure how many of them are going to start, etc. The Scotland boys look good. Chanot for Luxembourg has got a double game week. Chanot does normally quite well for Luxembourg. I've got an 18% kicker on him if I play him in a division with bonuses, which is cool. Medrano, I think, will actually play this game, to be honest with you. At home to 12 could be a good defender super rare. And Bueno will be on the bench. Yeah, I'm not getting that many starters in defence, mainly the Scotland guys and Savic. In midfield, I've got some really fun options, but I've just not got that many. So I've got McGinn, Bernardo, who Portugal double game week, so, you know, 2 bites of the cherry, which is cool. Unique McGregor, which a lot of people think isn't going to start. I think he does. I think it will probably McTominay, McGinn, and McGregor that start this one. Solomon probably starts as well. Good midfielder card. I've got limited Kostic, which could maybe come into a 220 setting. Illich should feature in the same match, but I don't expect him to start. And Moutinho should feature, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did start, because this is just a wee catch-up game that's been postponed down to qualifiers and stuff, I think. So, we bit of a free bite of the cherry there. But again, I think he came off the bench in a cup game or a bounce game or something. I've seen him play for Braga. He's in a Braga shirt now on a pitch, so Moutinho time was almost there. And up front, I'm really light. So I've also got Rodrigo, the massive windfall card. AAA rated game at home at Bolivia. He's in the predicted team to play. Good Johnny fucking Russell away to Messi-less Miami. And I think Miami, in terms of the superstars, will definitely be looking at this international break as a break. You know, I think Alba's maybe out of town as well, somebody told me. So yeah, I'm not worried about that game at all from a Johnny Russell perspective. Abada, same boat as Solomon. Haxa, don't know what's going to happen with him. Cunha should feature, probably doesn't start, but doesn't mean he can't be handy. And Maxi Gomez, who knows. So, I've got some options, but I've not got many. Now, I think the team that picks itself is I've got a quality All-Star Rare Pro set up. Now, I wonder what Sorare... Well, I'll show you what I've got for it. So I'll show you what I've got. So All-Star Rare Pro, this has got to be, because of the cards available and how many lineups I can do, Sorare Data doesn't have a card on this, which is in my team, which is interesting. So if you are on Sorare Data still only, there is something still missing from the equation here. So this is the team I've built. I've got All Black, Guardiol, who's got a double game week, one game in Latvia, and I don't know who the other game is, but Latvia's good enough for me. Super Rare McGinn, Super Rare Tierney, and Rodrigo. XP in this division, very good. Full level for All Black and Guardiol with collection bonus. Obviously, the Super Rares are kicking, and Rodrigo's just new to the party, so whatever. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, this isn't going to pick Guardiol for me, sadly, so I think I should maybe force pick it, Guardiol. He's not even available here in selection, which is disappointing. So we're going to hit filters and then show NG players and hit apply. And then that should give us everyone. And then we just want to find Big Josco and then lock him in. And then change the filters again to show NG players off and then apply again. Sorted. And then we're going to hit complete lineup and we'll see what it gives us. So it goes with Hendry over Tierney. Interesting. The triple mix. Yeah, I think that'll be the midfield. Dubravka getting his quarterly run out for the club. Love it. Charlie Dunbar, my man. Getting that international utility. That will be... Is Dubravka... No, he's Slovakia, isn't he? He's not Slovenia. I was thinking, is he the same as All Black? But no, that's Handanovic. Danny Ward is the man for you. Noah Slang. Fist bump. Good to see you. Charlie Dunbar as well. Benny. He's got the Peacock Farlow going as well. Love to see it. And Mini-Me. Fist bump. Good to see you. So what do you guys think? Hendry, obviously he's moved to Saudi too. Playing centre-back, or Tierney probably playing left centre-back, I think, won't he be? Interesting. So if it wasn't Hendry, it's going to be Tierney, isn't it? It's the obvious next pick it would make, you would think. Maybe we need to trick it into... Yeah, it's not like it's discard him. It's just saying, hey, that's the only option to play here. Interesting, right? So I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think? Start a poll. Hendry... Tierney. Who? There we go. So I've got a wee poll running, guys. You guys can let me know what you think is the better option. We'll leave it open for, let's say, 2 and a wee bit minutes. I'm thinking going Tierney because, like, Cyprus are going to be very defensive, probably playing 5-4-1, 4-5-1, something like that. And we'll be playing for set pieces and counter-attacks. And as much as, like, I just basically don't think Hendry will get as many touches in this game as you think. I think the ball will be very quickly given out to the left side to Tierney and Robbo. And it's just going to be getting the ball down from that side and playing inside to the likes of McGinn and co. So I think when it gets to set pieces and stuff, Hendry could be a real presence for us because I think he has a goal scorer for us as a centre back, and only really McTominay joins him as that kind of giant from a set piece in that respect. So I do appreciate the Hendry option. Just don't like the fact I've not really seen much of him because he's been in Saudi, I guess. And I suppose KT has just made a move, and maybe he's a wee bit more, you know, all over the place. Maybe Hendry is the move to make. I've got no idea, actually. This has thrown me through a loop. I didn't really consider Hendry to be that strong a candidate. I wonder if we can look at the actual just Scotland... Can we look at just the actual Scotland team with a click? We can. Fantastic. Formations. So let's see. Hendry, 51. Tierney, 63. No Robbo. Okay, so that's a slightly different... Oh, no, Robbo isn't the team. Yeah, so Tierney outscored him there. Tierney 28, Hendry 40. No clean sheet. Against Spain, no Hendry here. Tierney 60. Was Hendry on the bench? No, he wasn't available. He must have been injured. Tierney 65. Again, no Hendry. I think this is just Hendry's not available from injury. Taylor's played because everyone else was injured. Taylor's played here, coming on for Tierney. How many times has Tierney left the pitch injured for Scotland, man? Jesus. There's Hendry with his 77 getting a goal against ROI. 48, 64. Again, Tierney just doesn't get the 90 in, does he? But again, 78, goal line clearance. No Tierney to be seen. I don't think he was in that squad again. Robin McKenna, Hendry 23. So yeah, interesting. I actually don't mind Hendry there, but I think Tierney's just looks set for a 63 after looking like that. But Hendry does have that potential to get the 90, get the goal, maybe break 77 or something. But this should be a game Scotland dominating. If Tierney could get 63 on AA, if he can throw a decisive in a match like this, then he's 80, 90 looking, you know. Let's see what you guys are saying. The poll is kind of in the way of the chat. There's a bunch of yous here. Actually, there's a bunch of yous here. There's only a couple of votes. So pull your phone out your pocket or get the phone screen back onto YouTube for 2 seconds. Open up the live chat. There's a little poll in there. Hendry or Tierney, super rare. Who would you play? Just click on it for 2 seconds, hit like on the stream, and then go back to maybe building your lineup. Put the phone back in your pocket, whatever it is you're up to. If you're driving, obviously maybe don't do anything like that just yet. You can maybe skip this one. But yeah, we'll give it another. It's been on for 3 minutes. I'll give it another minute or so. I wanted to say 5 minutes, and then I feel like it's been on for a good length of time. And I know what I've just said needs time to go through the internet and for you guys to get it and to do it, sort of thing. So we'll wait and see the votes take another wee pop or so, and we'll wait until we get to the 5-minute mark. But yeah, I think Hendry could be an option here. Hendry does feel like the data option, centre back over full back in essence. But I think with the shape we'll be playing, it'll be like 3-4-3. I think Tierney will be on this side here. Robertson will just be playing like right high and wide. And subsequently, Tierney is just going to fill in behind him. And subsequently, a lot of final third passing and stuff. And then I think that these centre-backs could just be left for not doing much, really. Not much to actually get scored on. Any thoughts on Armstrong? I think for Scotland, he'll definitely feature, but he's not going to start for my money. Yeah, I don't think he'll start, to be honest with you. I wonder what the predicted team is on this thing. We'll do that stuff for the deadline stream, what the play sharper is and whatever, but let's have a look at this. Yeah, is he? Well, maybe. No, but this has got McGregor up front. That's not right at all. This is people just picking things. This isn't a team. It's going to play. Shea Adams will start. Billy Gilmore's not playing. Billy Gilmore's not 90% on at start. This is hijacked to fuck. Maybe Christie starts. Ferguson's not in the squad, I don't think. Yeah. I think maybe Christie. Could be Armstrong, actually. But I think this midfield is... Yeah, this is wrong anyway. McGregor for probably Gilmore. And then you're getting Gilmore for Adams. And then it's kind of the team. Also, they're all in the wrong positions and stuff. And then... It's Armstrong or Christie, I guess. It's probably going to be Christie for me. If Hendo's here, he'll tell us because he's a Tartan Army faithful. Right, it's under 4 minutes and we've got another bunch of votes. We'll give it another wee second or two. Oh, good. We've just hit on 5 minutes. So we'll end the poll there. Close poll. And what did you guys vote for then? Who won? Oh, I've closed the poll on the wrong system. Sorry. End poll. 83% of you think, let's go Tierney. Let's go with KT. Buzzing, right? So we're going to lock this team in. Captain Guardiola, I think, is the way to go. We could go Captain Rodrigo. It is at home. That might be a bit more appropriate. Let's go Captain Rodrigo because I know I'm a bit more convinced he's going to start now. Can we see the 2 games that Croatia have? Because I think they're pretty good. Oh yeah, we can. Armenia and Latvia, fantastic. 2 fantastic games there. Big XPs on them all. Love to see it. 33% McGinn, 32.5% Tierney. Love a bit of that. Okay, cool. So we've got that locked in. Good to see. So, as you would have noticed with the goalkeepers, I've got Trubin as well. So I think the obvious next thing to do is play Cap 240, if possible. If not All-Star, it depends on the quality of the team. Now, I've decided the quality of the team 240, we can optimise this. We can hit the 50 quid. Maybe we can get a card, manana on All-Star for this one. So I wonder what it would build me for Cap 240. Well, I'll show you what I've got first. What do I have first? Okay, I'll show you what I've got first because I think that might be fun. Okay, so I've got this. I've got Trubin, I've got Robbo, I've got the Israel duo of Solomon and Abada, collectioned up, Sorare chemistry in full effect, and I've got Bernardo Silva, double game week for Portugal as well, which is quality. So Trubin's playing England, which is a bit of a rubbish fixture, but that's the team I went with. I wonder what this is going to pick. Very similar, but it's went with Savic over Robbo, and it's went with Johnny Russell over Abada. Now, I can get behind Johnny Russell over Abada because Johnny Russell has more AA than Abada. So, okay, I could go along with that. But Savic at home at Bulgaria, I'm not sure he's going to score more than Robbo, and I think they're actually the exact same cap bonus. They're not. So by playing Russell, we can't actually afford Robbo, is the way it turns out. So Sorare Data is decided. Oh, this is a great one, right? Let me know what you guys think. Engage with audience, start poll. Okay, so is the optimal combo Savage and JFR or Robbo and Abada? Which duo? Start poll. Right, guys. We'll have that open for a week in 5 minutes or so as well. That's an interesting parallel because the midfield is, I like the fact that it's picked the same midfield. Solomon, really cheap, good cap mode. Kind of buys the space for Trubin. And again, there's that collection bonus thing kind of tying in. Obviously, we don't get it in this actual division, but the purpose of building the collection is so they can work together. And because of the cards I've identified to make the collection bonus happen, I'm hoping to get that Sorare chemistry where, like, these kind of things happen and they all kind of synergize together in some way for my actual lineup or whatever. So it's a bunch of votes in the now. You know, we had about 20, 30 votes last time. So let's get that kind of vote number up. Again, the votes in the live chat now if you want to participate. But Johnny Russell, away to Miami, is a AA rated pick for Cap 240. And I think for a guy of his AA profile, I can totally get it. But by doing so, I think we are taking a bit of a risk with a 50-point Stefan Savic. You know, Savic loves a booking, but again, for Montenegro, he is the main man, like, clearly. And again, he could be, like, in that Hendry mode we spoke about, goal line clearance, score a header from a corner, that kind of thing. But, yeah, against Bulgaria, that'll be a very tight game. They're both very similar standing teams. And in this qualifier, like, that's a 6-pointer game, I think. I'm not too sure on the status of the group, but that's the way I see it. Let's see what other extra slots we had available that none of us have called upon. So I do have Haksabanovic, who is in the squad. I don't think he'll start. I think he will feature. So at 35 points, maybe he's a 220 play or something. Abada's now missing. He's not got a team. Chanot, as we mentioned, has got 2 games and will play. We've still got Matinho as a wild card. I guess that's kind of about it for rares. So there's not too much left behind, but there's some quality there with Robbo and Abada. I think as well, because away to Romania, I don't know how many goals Israel are going to get. That's the only problem. I do think Israel have got a good up-and-coming team with Solomon, Abada, Gluck and Turgeman, who I've seen in the Euros, looked very good, and one or two others who I'm not as familiar with yet. But the team, if you look at the clubs they're coming from, it's more and more around Europe and the world, basically. So the standard of that team is going up, and I could say the absolute opposite for Romania. It feels like they've totally slid off world football presence, if that makes sense. We've got a bunch of votes in already, guys. Get into the live chat and let me know. You think that JFR and that Savic play that we've spoke about is superior to playing Abada against Romania, who will be getting decisives, hopefully, will be getting involved, hopefully, in making things happen for Israel, along with Solomon. So a wee bit of synergy there. And Robbo, captain of Scotland, away to Cyprus in a must-win game where it looks like we're in pole position to qualify. Vital game in a lot of ways, but not one that, like, you know, we're worried about Cyprus hurting us necessarily. Not to be big-headed or, you know, counting our chickens before they hatch in any way, but like that's just the way the group is. You know, you can see the odds for yourself. I am not smart enough to answer you, Eggelick. Okay, fair enough, mate. I don't believe you, but okay. Under 23, Quinny. Says Jonathan, so while the poll's going, let's delete this, okay? Save. Let's have a look at under 23, because with Trubin, Solomon, and Abada, I just don't think we have the defence, do we? Nah, that is literally all we have. From the other squad, who do we have? Guardiola and Rodrigo. That is interesting. We could, in theory, have an OP under 23 team, but we are kind of then throwing away pro. We've thrown the super rares and the goalkeeper away. The goalkeeper we can make use of. The super rares not as much. So if we do this, I need to be mad confident. The head count to pay out is somewhat favourable. Not that much money. Only 1 star makes it a bit risky. I'm not as up for that, mate, but it's an interesting shout. Got me thinking there, for sure. So let's have a look again. Let's delete. Save. Go back to 240, and then I'll redo this, and I'll check on the poll, and we'll see what you guys think. Yes, let's go on JFR and Savage. Right, the poll has been going for a wee while. Thanks very much to everyone that voted, and let's see what you guys said. If you refresh the SD page, it should show the new lineup strength indicator. Where is that? Refresh the page? Do I maybe need to update something, or I'll hit refresh anyway just to be safe. But guys, anyone know if Cathcart will actually start for Northern Ireland? I would be surprised if he didn't. Normally these teams play their guys. It does look a bit different now, actually. Is there something new that they've just unveiled? I know they're live now. I felt really bad when I seen that because I'm just working on my own schedule. I really didn't consider anything else when I was booking this. I'm sorry, but lineup strength 0. The best possible theoretical lineup has a score of 100. I don't think that. Yeah, okay, cool. That's something. So it's got 0 potential of doing well. Nice. Not a big fan of that already. Okay. And you guys, the majority of yous went for Robbo and Abada, which is the team I had built. Interesting. So yeah, I would probably go with that as well, personally. But maybe Johnny Russell does outperform. But no, I think we'll stick with... Oh, sorry, I forgot the... Kind of got it on a different page now, but yeah. I think I will stick with that then. That's quite cool. Okay, let's rock with that. So, this is where we get to the crossroads, okay? Because I've got a couple of super rares that will play still. We didn't use Hendry. I have McGregor. I have Cunha, who will play for Brazil, probably not start. And, you know, a few of the guys in that mold. Super rare level, no super rare keeper that will play. I've got a few bits and bobs of rares, and I've got unlimited costage. So, I decided to go for cap 220 on rare. But for the remaining super rares and whatever, I'm at a crossroads, and let's see what you guys think. Okay, so we can go the FC Barcelona way first of all, okay, and we can try and take the unique McGregor. You probably know where this is going. We're going to go and try and kick it off. There's 14 entrants in there now. There's only one card that pays out. The goalkeeper isn't playing a match, so it's a 4-man trick, a 4-man team. I fancy Medrano to start. I think I've got somebody else that could fill in there in case you fancied he didn't. But I think he'll definitely feature. I think he starts. And Bueno. And I think we've got Illich as well. I've maybe put in training already at this point. And he should feature for Serbia against Lithuania. Again, probably not from the start. So that's what I thought I would go with. But the alternative is to play a cap 220 lineup, which we can look at on Sorare data because it's not got Illich and whatever all shuffled around the place. So if we were to lock that in and save it and have a look at cap 220 super. No, sorry. Let's do cap 220 rare just to get the Vasilj put into a team because it's just the way it works. And then strength is 0. Yeah, so I think this is kind of the team I built. I'm not too sure about the Haksabanovic play. I think that may be the only option. 6 points. Yeah, we can't even fit a Bada into that. Oh no, I don't have a Bada because I've got Johnny Russell because I didn't use this. So let's take Robbo and let's take a Bada. Save. That's 240 bang on the button. That's satisfying. That's satisfying as well, isn't it? So if we go to 220 rare, we pick Vasilj. He's our only goalkeeper that might play, and that's worth the shot in my opinion. Now, it's picked this team, so it's not playing Kostic. It's going to take Haksabanovic to get Johnny Russell on the pitch, get Savic on. Interesting. What team did I pick for 220? Because I played my limited Kostic, as you might have gathered by now. Haksabanovic, Moutinho, and Savic. So yeah, I've played Kostic over Russell, which is interesting. So is there a way? I don't think there is any way of kind of changing this around because Russell and Savic and Vasilj are so expensive for this division. And Vasilj, he's got a 3% shot of playing. It's more than anyone else. So I think I kind of have to play him in this team. Savic, Chanot's way more expensive. Alfaro's not going to play. He's kind of the only option. 34 for Moutinho. Doesn't get much cheaper. Haksabanovic, 35. Doesn't get much cheaper. But Kostic at 40 feels like a great shout to put into here. But we just cannot quite get Russell in. That's the kind of sticking point here, because if we get Russell in as the forward, we're 3 points over. And let's see if we swap these around. Kostic, 28 points remaining. Yeah, we've got nobody that's anywhere near viable at that kind of price point. So that's an interesting one. Let's delete and rebuild. And then, suggest a lineup. Yeah, that may be the way to go. Just dingy the Kostic play. Get Russell in, get Moutinho in. Interesting. Just got an SR Bamba for 250 plus rare hay. SR Llorente, you think that's a good deal? You got Bamba for 250 plus rare hay. SR Llorente. Did you give over 250 quid and hay and Llorente? That feels a bit excessive. I'm not too sure, but I hope. I know the Llorente value is obviously plummeted with all the stuff that went on with the Saudi stuff and whatever, but that feels a bit punchy. Let's have a quick peek at that, mate. Have you done it? If you haven't done it, also don't accept it. I'm just going to look at your page too. I'm sorry, Mick, I've forgotten your name, your club name. Llorente. Yeah, I know his value's down a bit. Pound notes, what we're talking. He's about 240. What's Tom High going for? The rare. Oof. That's a bit punchy. What was Bamba going for? Rare Hunter. Super rare. What did we think? I think we were aiming for like 0.3, 0.4, were we not? Let's have a look at the auctions again. So yeah, that's where I went. I don't know if I want to stick, but I think Kostic could have a monster score. Could Kostic... So the question is, Kostic and Haxa. No, it's really... Who did we have in... Is it still Haxa? It's really Kostic or... Johnny Russell, I think then, isn't it? Well, there's a wee email about the treasure hunt as well, which might help you not need a video. It'll also help you making it, whatever, anyway. So it's either that or... Let's have a check. What was the... Oh, I was waiting to check Bamba. So let me open Bamba. Sorry. It's up about the 700 mark. Okay, fair enough. If they're holding high, did you get it? 11 months, 6 months, 14 days. 8 months, 2 years, 2 years. 8 minutes. Hey, got it. Nice, 700 quid, 0.5 on July 30th auction. I can't be right, that one. Oh, that's ages ago. Feels like an overpay, mate. I'm not going to lie, but... I like the Llorente. Hayes solid as well. But I suppose the market is what it is. And if you've done that to get it in, that's decent. Because you've kept some wallet. So the wallet you've kept on that, yeah, because we were talking about... Yeah, I remember where we were at with this. We're talking about hopefully trying to get them down to about 0.4 mark or so. So you've okay, you've probably done actually quite well there, mate. I think because you've kept wallet as well, the holes that you've created with the trade pieces you've given out, you've got the potential to replenish. So yeah, decent enough. Does feel like a bit of an overpay, mate, but again, if you're putting cards against it, you're probably asking to overpay on the card element to save the money. You know, so if you're, as long as you're happy with the net gain, then I'm happy too, bud. Can you not put a 0-point DNP keeper in just to free the points? I think the goalkeeper, I don't know. I think if he is going to play, he's going to, it's a double game week. So over the 2 games, if he plays one of them, like, I need to have him in the team, man, don't I? Let's see what sort of data I picked against. I'm losing my bloody marbles. Yeah, it's basically Russell or Kostic. We really want to hack it out for Kostic. That's the optimal play. And I suppose it's a yeah, you're probably right. That's probably the optimal move. But I think then removing Vasilj out of that picture there then maybe gives the super rare 220 a bit more credence. Because then we've got a viable potential option for 220 super rare. No, I'm not doing these on these multiple screens the way I've set this up tonight ever again, by the way. It's just a bit of a pain in the neck. And obviously that'll be Hendry. But yeah, the kind of team I thought. So we play that. And I don't know, what we're expecting from him, like 30, let's say. Magic off the bench, 60. Same for this guy, probably 40. Tierney could get about 60 or so, and again, he's like a 30 or a 60 or something, probably. So around the 200 point mark. Not sure if that's anything to be mad excited about. And if the seals come on, it kind of activates it. Interesting. Now, let's see. So yeah, that was the kind of the main fork, the main kind of complex part of this I've got is, do I go after one unique potentially in unique kickoff with the McGregor, or do I just put McGregor into academy with Kostic and whatever else and try and get a fiver or something, and then roll a 220 team out, or a 240 team with a DNP keeper, but probably a 220 team. Because like at top, where would it need to be worthwhile? It really needs to be second to be worthwhile, really, second or first. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think the kickoff unique is probably a bit better. I think if McGregor starts, Hendry starts, that's a good start. Starting base, and then Cunha. Medrano's the only one that's a bit shaky because he might not start. And where is the Russell then? So Russell, I've got Duffy. Why is Duffy not coming up on that option as well, by the way? Because I think, by the way, I think that was another option to exercise here, was Duffy. Why is Sorare Data not got all the people on it? Yeah, Duffy. So we could play Duffy. And then do we have... Yeah, there we go. That feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, that feels good. Now, they're playing Holland, so I just hope they don't concede 3. Not too sure they're going to. Honestly, Koeman and the whole Dutch management system just always feels full of kooky people. If you've heard Van Gaal's comments this week, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, I think that's as tight as it gets. And I think that's actually quite punchy too, by the way. I'm actually quite happy with that. And for 220. And then this kickoff unique, man, why not? Unique McGregor's going to be one of the best cards. Just pray for a Cunha goal from the bench, and then I say it's Medrano or Ilic, I think, really is the options. Again, he's going to feature for Serbia. Is that international game? No. So there's Bulgaria, DNP. When was the last time he came off the bench? Montenegro and Lithuania. I think he's come off the bench in both these games. No, I started this one. Didn't do well. Yeah, I don't think that's that exciting. Whereas with Medrano, when I've looked at him, so see if I actually look at these scores, it's like off the bench, didn't play, and then started, and he's like rotating for a guy, and I think he started that game, I think we'll start the next game. So I think Medrano, the guy, I don't know if any of you guys remember Medrano, right? You need to be an OG on this channel to remember Medrano, but he is coming in kind of clutch because he gives my Braze a wee 1% kicker because I've got him as a first owner card. And I bought this guy on a live stream. I can't remember why, when, or how, or whatever, but I was just kind of like, oh, what can go wrong? Oh, you can't see it because of... Let me just hide the QuinnBet thing for a second. I was like, oh, that'll be nothing. What's the worst that could happen? 100 quid on a super rare? Oh, that's a bargain. Just put him in the back and maybe one day he'll come good. And maybe that could be this week. Let's wait and see. So yeah, wee Medrano will get his debut for FC Barcelona, and he's been waiting a fair length of time. When did I buy him? Over a year ago, it says. 21st of February 2022. So wow, a year and a half, 18 months. Feels much longer than that ago. So yeah, that's quite cool. Awesome. I think that's everything for upcoming. I'll sort out Academy. That's not really important. Or no, let's actually build one Academy team because I like to see what's left over. And I say Sorare Data's not been catching everything that's on Sorare, so maybe since we've been doing this as on our team and set of games been updated. But yeah, nobody there that doesn't have a game. So who's the goalkeeper? Let's put in Sean John. then we don't care. Just people have got games. So we've got Savage and Chanot for training. Illich in midfield. Haxa up front. Could that get us a wee cheeky fiver, maybe? That's some decent options. Maxi's probably a dangerous bench player as well. But at home to Chile versus at home to Bulgaria. For Haxa as well, might find himself on a set piece as well, no matter when he comes onto the pitch. 2 games for Chanot, Iceland and Portugal. That's probably not good. And Savage, yeah, screw it. I think that's an okay wee train. And again, it's just a way of me seeing who I've not used yet. So normally in game weeks, I would do that a wee bit more. See how many guys are left over. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy. 5 teams there. I think 240 should go and get some ETH. I think Pro is card dangerous. Like, this could explode. 220 could win something fun as well. Just not a big card division, but using limited costage is nice. Also, we're not expecting Vasil's to start and then this kickoff. Let's just go for it, man. Let's try and get that unique one. Let's try and take this little opportunity with our Friday night, Saturday night, quick 1-2 with those super rares and throw them out there. And yeah. I think I'm kind of up to date with the chat and stuff. And I think that's about us, guys. That was the main length and breadth of everything I wanted to get through. Now, I had a wonderful experience, guys. I met one of my heroes, Nicholas Julia. Took time out of his busy schedule to hang out with us yesterday, and I'll be releasing that video tomorrow after the deadline stream. We had 15 minutes scheduled. The end recording is like 20 odd minutes or so. So, you know, we had a good time, had a good laugh. I was really nervous, you know, talking to Nick for the first time. We've exchanged some DMs and stuff whenever they've done something cool. I've been also really happy just to send them congratulations and stuff. But first time kind of meeting them in a cyber sense, as it were. Shout out to the Sorare Odyssey. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it when that comes out. Me, Jonathan, the international expert for the game week deadlines, will be joining me and my co-pilot Harry Trades tomorrow. I don't really know what's happening with end product this week, but otherwise there's content all over the channel here at Quinny 3001. Sorare TV is up and running for the season, it feels like, with the season 2 of Looking Up Malaire debuting earlier today, which was great fun for me to watch. And also on Celtics here with all the Celtic content as well, Sorare CSC, as well as actual just Sorare Celtic and blah 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 and whatever. He wasn't nudging on price. Fair enough. Good hustle from that guy, and you've got yourself a good deal, so fair enough, mate. Mick Flynn. But yeah, Bamba was one we identified, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that paying off. And Lorente is probably a bit of a headache at the moment, just for how busy that Atleti midfield is. So yeah, you've probably done yourself pretty good, mate, overall. Just high in the money. It just feels like, ooh, maybe that was anyway. By the by. Oh, we've had a good one, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.